this about me, but I was actually legally homeless in high school. So I went from couch to couch. I saw many different families. As well, though, sadly, I didn't have a mom growing up, and I had a really fragmented lifestyle, I guess you could say. But because of that, I was able to see so many different lifestyles, so many different people, so many different families, and so many different mothers, and also the games they played. So this is kind of where I'm coming with this. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything. I'm just saying Happy Mother's Day, and here's a bunch of games that I saw a lot of moms playing. Maybe because it just fit into their time schedules, because being a mom seems like hard work, or maybe, I don't know, for some cultural reason here in America, these are just the games that they just kind of gravitate to. So hopefully this is an accurate representation. I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers. I'm just trying to give something back to the many mothers. You know, it takes a village, right, to raise a kid, and definitely it took a village for me. So I have to definitely say some words about that. So thanks to everyone that was a part of my life. Even though I couch surfed and I was all over the place and I never had a dedicated family, I still feel like, you know, in a way that the world is my family. So I don't know. There's something beautiful about that too. Here we go. Top 5 games for moms for Mother's Day. Okay, well, this list is definitely going to be eclectic. A lot of different genres. That's how I like doing my top 10 list. But the first one starting out is going to be a game called Just Dance. Now, my grandmother always tried getting me to Shag. We grew up in Myrtle Beach, the home of the Shag, the dance, and it was just like, that wasn't really for me personally, but I could definitely see why a lot of women especially really love Just Dance. And I think mothers specifically here, with the fact that maybe they don't have a lot of time and they might be staying home a ton. They can't exactly go to gyms. They can't exactly get out every instance. So they have very specific moments where, hey, maybe we could just pop in a game, get some exercise, and have some fun. You know, let's just dance. And I think that this is the kind of game that really fits into that idea of, you know, like what the Wii was trying to do with a lot of the Wii Fit and, you know, the bowling and things. And sure, I could put those games on there, but I think Just Dance is on a little bit more platforms. And it's going to be a little bit more inclusive. But basically, in this slot, if you want to also talk about an honorable mention, pretty much anything on Wii and most of the Nintendo games as well. Really fantastic games, I think, for mothers or just anybody. But specifically for moms, I feel like Just Dance is that game I really want to talk about. So if you give this as a gift, especially because moms love parties, man, because, you know, they got kids around, they got family around, Just Dance is something that you can just have a really good, silly time with. All right, moving on, something very different, but I think this is something kind of more beautiful, at least in terms of my relationship with a lot of different people, and that's going to be Words with Friends. So this is a mobile app, and it's like Scrabble, yeah, but a mobile app, and you can play it asynchronously, so you kind of just send it like instant messages. You don't need to be right there at, you know, in the moment with them. You just, you know, do your turn, and then they do their turn eventually, and, you know, back and forth. So this is for people who have really tight schedules, or maybe don't even live with each other, and like I said previously, with my fragmented family, and, you know, maybe me actually playing with a lot of people that aren't exactly blood relatives, it's a really good way to kind of get to know them and kind of almost in a way hang out with them sort of through proxy, I guess. Words with Friends is a great game for friends, obviously, for people who want to stay connected without just being in each other's face. So I actually played this with my roommates' grandparents, and oh my god, our grandpa was so good at this game. But it was just really cool to actually see the words that they throw out and see the knowledge that they have. And in some weird way, like, I mean, through osmosis, I guess you can kind of get a feel for their personality. I don't know. It's just a way to stay in touch. And I think that a game that allows you to do that without being so aggressive is something that moms would really appreciate. Yeah, okay, well, next up, again, very weird games, but I think maybe surprisingly, I'm going to put Skyrim on this list. For some reason, specifically, Skyrim is a game that seems so inclusive of all different walks of life. It is a game that you can sink so many hours into. It's a game that maybe, potentially, if it was the only game on the planet, many people would be totally satisfied. I know there was actually this older lady on YouTube who's just kind of like doing like a vlog, a streamy thing with Skyrim. And it's just really awesome to see how many different ways you can play Skyrim, but at the same time, as deep as it can be, as maybe convoluted in some ways, and how many stumbles and falls the game has had over the years. It's been built up and built up. It's on so many different platforms, and it actually is really easy to get into. For a genre RPG that's generally known for being so hardcore, it's awesome to have this one that has just captured the attention and the hearts of basically everyone on the planet. Really can't blame the company for milking this one. It's going to be on the Switch, so hype, right? I guess. I think this is going to be a cool game to get for moms. I think it's a game that mom probably fantasizes about. You know, like they probably watch Lord of the Rings and they probably love Game of Thrones. And Skyrim is that video game where they can also have that adventure and actually play it and be a part of it, when generally there's not kind of games that allow them to do that with their schedule, with their personality. But Skyrim allows them to sort of inject themselves into that fantasy. And I think that's beautiful. Now, coming in at number 2, we have a puzzle game that made me cry. I don't know how to really describe the emotiveness of this game, but there's just something extremely charming about the graphics. There is actually a story, and the puzzling features and mechanics kind of tug on your heartstrings in a way, because you actually use building blocks, which are living creatures. There's these little goo balls, and they're trying to escape, but you have to kind of build off of your brethren as you go up into the pipes and try to escape. So you go from level to level, you know, building lots of different structures. And women are known to actually be really into puzzle games. This is just objective statistical fact. and they're pretty good at it. Pretty good at the organizational skills too. So World of Goo is a super charming game. I think everyone should play it. It's award-winning. It's on so many different platforms, and I own it on multiple. So this is a game that touched me. This was actually the first puzzle game that I fell in love with. And from then, I actually got into puzzles as a whole. And I think as an introduction into the genre, anybody would love it, but especially moms who already are more inclined to like games like this, they are going to just, I don't know, they're going to love it. There is no contest. If you buy this for someone, they're going to have a good time. And now for our number one for Mother's Day, we have Tetris. Again, this is just sort of statistics, but girls like Tetris. It's the biggest game, actually. It's like the most sold game, like anywhere ever. For all, it's different iterations as well. There's lots of different kinds. So there's some that are more party-oriented, where you can play multiplayer or co-op, or they have like special puzzle, challenge modes. Then you have your sort of default Tetrises. But basically, you can find Tetris on every platform, like multiple different Tetrises. So you have no excuse of trying to find one for the, the right person, I guess. Tetris can be for anybody, but yeah, a lot of moms like Tetris. I know specifically my aunt really freaking loved Tetris. I mean, basically, she became a hardcore gamer, more hardcore than me when I was back doing like competitive Halo and Gears of War. She would be playing Tetris from, the sunrise, sunset, all the way through the night, and then I would be burnt out way before then. So Tetris is a game that you can just play whenever, wherever, and apparently forever, I guess. It seems like a timeless classic, which, I mean, it is. It just is. It doesn't just seem like it. It just frankly is. But of course, at the same time, it has been remixed. It has been remade. So there's lots of different Tetrises for you to choose from. I'm not going to pick that for you, but there's a plethora. I think anybody could pick this up, but yeah, mothers especially. It's just been shown statistically, yeah, this is a game that is just super safe. Pick it up for them, even if they don't love it. It's something that they can play. They probably will play, and it's definitely going to be worth it. And they'll think about you, if you get it for them. Definitely enjoy that. So that's it for the top 5. And if you are a mother yourself, I really do ask that you give these games a shot. I know maybe they might not seem exactly like it's something that you would love or that you would really play, but that's the thing. As a mom, you have so much of your attention being drawn in so many different directions that I personally don't think that you really do know what you would enjoy, that you would love, which is why you're looking at list videos. So I do ask, give it a shot. Give these games a shot. They're not that expensive. A lot of these you can pick up really easy. A lot of these games you can play whenever you want. You can do whatever they want. And I think that they'll actually last a long time, have a lot of replay value, and in some cases will allow you to connect with your kids. You'll be able to relate with these, because a lot of these games, they're good for moms, but they're also good for pretty much anybody for any age. That's kind of the specialness of them. But if you don't trust me with this list, then I could probably be like everyone else's list and just say Nintendo games. That's actually really safe too. Of course, Nintendo designs their games to be inclusive for everybody. So Nintendo games are also a good shot. Buy a Nintendo console, especially probably the new Switch, is going to fit right into your schedule. Just put it into your purse and you'll be good to go. Play whenever you want. So I do honestly mean it, guys. I want you guys to have a good relationship with your family members, or maybe aunts, uncles, and extended family, or maybe even friends of family and family friends and things like that. Really, it's a village. Everyone's a village. So if you want to buy a gift for somebody, even if it seems distant, go for it. You never know how it can connect you. You never know what sort of relationship can grow from there. That's what I've learned doing YouTube. That's what I've learned from my life of couch surfing. And even though I've never had a super close, tight-knit family, I've seen a lot of different families, and I know what it means to do something with them. Don't just exist with people, don't just eat with people, don't just be in the same house with people, but actually do things with people, and that's what it means to be.